everyone. So today I'm showing you guys how I placed my bows on my valances. We discussed earlier, or we did sample bows that we made using the pencil, and I told you that I would come back and show you guys how I would randomly place my bows on the valances. So the first step that I did, as you can see, is I left them hanging. I left them on the rod. That's what I should say, because on the rod, this is how they would actually be hanging from your window. Okay, so instead of taking them off the rod, I left them on the rod. I decided to go with 8 bows, 4 of each of my patterns. Okay, so I made 4 bows out of this pattern and 4 bows out of this pattern. So if you only had one pattern, you would make your bows out of the same pattern, or you can go to the store and buy a fabric that you think would blend nicely with this pattern and make different bows. Okay, so I made 8 bows, but what I did in order to bring these two fabrics together is I place my bows on different patterns. So for this pattern, I placed this kind of bow, and for this pattern, I placed this kind of bow, which I think looked really nice. And I randomly placed them. For me, there is no measuring, or should I say correct way to place your bows. I think by them being on the curtain rod, you can determine where you would like to see your bows, which is what I did. I randomly placed them. I did try and put the same distance between each bow when I placed them. You may choose to only use one bow and put it in the center. You may choose to use one bow and put it on the end. Whatever you choose is how you prefer to have your bows hanging from the valances. I think this looks nice because they're randomly placed, and when I hang them, pretty much this is how I will arrange the rod so that they're always showing. One other thing, I took my bow and I pinned it using the seam that we did at the bottom when we hemmed it. So I took the bow itself, I'll call it the stems hang, and I just pinned all of the loop part, I guess you could call it, of the bow to the seam. And then what we're going to do is we're going to sew it, because I liked how it hung down. Now, if you want yours up a little, there is no correct way to me. It's whatever your preference is. So next, I'm going to go to my sewing machine. I'm going to go to my sewing table, and we are going to have our first lesson from Sew with Eslin on hand sewing an item to your fabric. This way, when we sew it, when you wash it, it will not come off, and because of how we place them, your knot in here will not come loose. So until my next video, please visit my website, Busta Wraps, BUSTAWRAPPS, BustaWraps.com. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.